So myself is Akash. I'm a drums tutor. Like I have been working since years in a WeGotGuru. So I'm going to teach you the simple basic about the drums. So regarding the notations, and I will let you know how to improvise it for the better thing. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the music notation. That is the drums notation. It is one of the most easiest thing to read and follow it. So it is consist of 5 lines. So as you see this is the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, and fifth line. So most of the read it from the down, but to make it very easy and simple, I'm going to tell you read it from the up, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 line notes. So whatever comes, the notation, whatever notation comes on the line, we read it as a line. Which line is it? So we read it according to that. So, and there is one more note called as a space notes, means the gaps between the lines is called as a space notes. So we have 4 space notes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the notation which comes in the gap, so we call it as a space note. So now you know the line notes, space notes and all. So we are coming for the drums notations. Like the drums, basic drum kit is a 5 set. Like we have a snares, hi-hats, bass, deep tom, high tom, mid tom and the floor tom. So crash, etc. So now we are going to learn one by one. As you know the bass, what is bass and all. Now we are going to teach what is bass in the notation. Okay, where the bass comes in the notations. We are going to understand that now. So as you see, this first one, so which line is it in? So this is in the fourth line, means fourth gap. Okay, so this is in the fourth gap. So this is a bass. So this is a bass. The bass comes in the fourth space. Okay, now we are going for the next one, snare. So the snare comes, as you see, it's coming in the second space of the notation. So it's coming in a second space. So whatever comes in the second space, it is considered, it goes to the snare. So whatever. So there are so many kinds of writing the notation, but this is a very basic form of writing the notation. So this is a normal snare, like you hit a one shot on the snare. That is the same thing. So which is showing here, the second space, it's a snare. Okay. Now we are going for the next one. It's high tom. So the first space of the notation, we consider that as a high tom. Okay, now as you see, now we were dealing with the space notes, but this mid tom, it's coming on the second line. So it's on the second line. So it considered as a line note. It's not a space note, it's a line note. So when it comes on the second line, we have to tell that it is a mid tom. So we have considered bass, snare, high tom and mid tom. Okay, now we are going for the next one. It is a floor tom. The floor tom, it's coming on the third space of a notation. So in the third space, as you see, the 1, 2, 3, it's coming on the third space. So whatever comes on the third space, it's a floor tom. And we are going for the next one, the foot hi-hat. So the hi-hat is controlled by the leg also. So there are hand hi-hats and the leg hi-hat. The hi-hat remains same, it is one instrument, but we are going to control it with the leg too. So if we have to play in the leg, so we will consider the last space, like it's below the fifth line. So we call it as foot hi-hat. So and the hand hi-hat comes on the first line. So the first space, like above the first line, we consider it as a hi-hat with hand. Okay, and which comes on the first line. So now you can see these are like in a kind of space, it's in a space note. But the right symbol, if you see that, it's coming on the line, it's coming exactly on the first line. So it is a right symbol. So the notation which comes on the first line, it's called as a right symbol. So the symbols like a hi-hat, crash, cymbals and all will be noted like this cross. So they will put it across when you have a right symbols and all. So you can see the hi-hat and right symbol both look same, but the space where it is, like where it is there, so it depends on which symbol, a crash or a right symbol or a hi-hat. So it depends on where it is. Okay, now we are going for the last one. It is a crash, open hi-hat and a close hi-hat. So you know the hi-hat comes on the first line, on the first space, like above the first line. So, but there is a slight change in the open hi-hat. On above this symbol, there is one zero. It's called as open hi-hat. Like we have to open the hi-hat. So, and for the closed hi-hat, there will be a plus symbol instead of a zero. So there we have to close it. So these are the two difference between the open hi-hat and closed hi-hat. Okay, now you're going for the last one. It is a crash. So you heard about the right cymbal, hi-hat and all. So this is the last one, the crash, which comes on the left side of the drum kit. So this is a crash. It comes like the same into mark, but it is rounded on that into mark. So this considered as a crash. It comes above the first line.